Hello and welcome back to the Folklore Hiking Stick Workshop. Now, I've had a few little projects on the go, or side projects, while I continue my main hiking stick work and getting those ready for another sale. But in any case, I've had something which is taking me a little bit of time to actually fully get it to this point where it is now. And that's quite simply because there's been no rush. I haven't had the instruction that it's a rush. And the gentleman hasn't been, bugging me for it or pestering. So perhaps I've taken that a little bit too far. But in any case, it's finished. And I've just phoned the gentleman to tell him that it's all complete. And he is extremely happy. But I'll let you have a quick look. And it is the shepherd's crook. Now, if you look back through my thumbnails, you'll quite happily see that I had a design on a piece of wood, which I was about to start cutting out. It's slightly different because I wanted a different foot to the crook. And that's quite simply because I wanted to give it that feel of perhaps something a little bit biblical and something you might find in church woodwork. But overall, it's absolutely beautiful. The oak has come out a nice colour. There's a nice grain. The shape has actually come out really nice, the design. I've got a lot of meat on that U-bend, and it's where the load bearing part is. If I try and pull it, I can't pull it or move it. It's solid. There is a lot of meat all the way along there. But to actually get it back into a usable shepherd's crook, I've had to bring the swan neck. If I show you, I've had to shape it all the way down to something that's usable, and hopefully you can see how that is actually flowing, and it flows very well. And when you look at it from this angle, it looks absolutely stunning. Now, I've got a wooden dowel going in, possibly about 4 inches up there. Where it meets down the bottom here, there is only about 1 millimetre, maybe 2, of a lip before it goes into the meat of the dowel up into the actual handle or the crook. There's a substantial piece of wood that's gone up in here. It's been epoxied. It's going nowhere. The actual shank and shaft looks absolutely stunning. Some nice quality bark there. Obviously my logo. And it looks extremely nice. The colour of the hazel has got a nice kind of milky coffee colour to it, the actual underneath wood. And it all just works. It goes together beautifully. I've got a generous copper tip. I'm going to polish that up. And no, there will not be a hook included. That's just for the drying process. But I hope you can see this has come out absolutely stunning. A gentleman did actually message me and say that I could possibly have a better look at where the grain was on my actual cut and design, for obviously strength reasons. And he indicated that perhaps I want to be a bit more careful how I cut my hooks, or use the wood that my wood that I'm cutting these from, to achieve the most I can out of it. The way I was cutting them, you'd probably get 3 or 4, and then possibly the rest would be scrap firewood. So I need to consider how I cut them out, lay them on the wood as I cut them out, so I achieve the greatest number of crooks I can from the wood I've purchased. But yeah, I'm like I said, every day's a learning day, and I'm grateful for any advice. But yeah, this has worked out totally, fantastic. And yeah, the gentleman will be extremely pleased with this. So I've got 4 there, and one of them's going to be a candy cane, and 2 are going to be the trail camo model, and I'm going to keep 1 back, which I'm going to do as a heavy gauge hiking stick for heavier gentlemen. This is my bread and butter, not the shepherd's crook type of sticks. And obviously, this is what my actual crafting little business is all about, really. But I've got 3 others out here which are drying at the moment. Right then, the shepherd's crook's just hanging up there for safekeeping. But you can see These are 3 hiking sticks, and this is pretty much what I take to sales actually. I've got 2 with like little songbird designs there, and I've got 1 with a bee. But this is the range that tends to sell the best when I'm at you know, craft fairs and markets, car boot sales. You know, the cheaper end of the hiking stick market, this is pretty much what the customer's getting and what pretty much they want to buy. I mean, I can't for me to take a shepherd's crook there would look nice on the stall, but people just won't part with their money for it. This, on the other hand, walking past, they look at it, they have a little chat with you, you know, you talk about the item, you size them to it, you discuss how it may aid them with their hiking. Obviously, I don't sell sticks for impairments or disabilities, but I say, you know, discuss how a hiking stick can be used, and it, you know, to aid them when they're hiking, and they're quite willing to part with a sum of money to purchase one then. So I've actually got the actual sign that I had made actually on the workshop wall facing out towards the road, and that's been a long time coming, but it's there now, and hopefully it will aid people to know where I am to actually come and place an order, and as it says, custom orders available. So here's my stall out on the front of my property. It's in my hedge, but I've concreted the posts in. They're dry, but I done this one yesterday. So basically this one here, I'm just waiting to fully dry before I bring some stock out. I'm going to cut the grass around it, tidy it all up, and you can see the sticks will lay parallel for the customers to look at and stop and try. And I run it on an honesty system. I have an honesty box here, so you know, it's never failed, and I've never had a issue with it. So yeah, this store will soon be well, hopefully this weekend I'll have sticks out there, but I've just got to let that dry, cut the grass, tidy it all up around here. So my stall's ended up in that position, and I've got it horizontal. I did actually have it upright, and it was actually on the pavement, but I've now put it back in on my property, solely on my property. So, you know, it should all be good and fine there. You can actually see on one of my earlier videos how it used to look. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it back in full operation. It's possibly been a couple months now since we took it out of use. So, you know, summer's here and I'm eager to get it back in use again. Well, I have to say thank you to a subscriber to this channel, and he's become somebody I have regular correspondence with, and we've grown a bit of a relationship through that means. And yeah, gentleman by the name of Jay has sent me this book, and it's come all the way from the States, Texas, and I'm very, very stoked and happy to receive this book. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy reading this while the kids are in bed with either a coffee or perhaps something a little stronger. But yeah, very appreciated. And yeah, there will be something in the post from Cornwall, about Cornwall, on the way to you very shortly. Me and the wife will go and get that this weekend. But yet again, thanks very much. And yeah, I do appreciate everybody who does watch these videos. And you know, small in numbers and small in volume. But nevertheless, you know, I enjoy the process of making these films. They're as much a showcase for Cornwall and where I live. And they're also like a little documentary, as I've stated before. I'm an older parent and I have some very small kids, and it's just a little documentary for them, you know, when I do become too old and infirm, they can look back and just remember me when I was that little bit more agile and sound of mind. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video. Just a little quick update on what's happening here. So yeah, this is Andy from Folklore Hiking Stick Workshop. Take care, and I hope to see you guys on the trail at some point. You know, take care, stay safe.